Thanks once again for dropping by the channel. Thanks once again for dropping by the channel. If you like the content, if you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe, share the video if you enjoyed it, if you felt it was useful. Before I get into this, I know there's been some news that's come out that I've been missing, what with Canelo and stuff like that. Had a few days off this week from work in general, and I'm still off today. So for those days, I just wanted to kind of just rest and chill. But today, I'm back at it. First thing in the morning, it's like what, 9:15 now. Like I have the coffee on the floor. I can see I don't even have the ripped jeans on yet, so I'm just getting ready to go to the gym. So, you know, I'm taking this serious. I'm taking this serious today. But when I say I'm taking it serious, we got to get into this. And I'm getting into this with our old friend Amir Khan. He gave an interview, okay, people, with Fight Hub. And Amir Khan, I mean, before I read what he said here, I just think we need to take a moment to appreciate this man. Because his career is coming to an end. You know, it might already be over. I mean, his last fight was a year ago against Billy Dib, and that was on a joke show over in Saudi Arabia. I'd say that's the height. If Amir Khan comes back, that's the height of his career, would be probably fighting on those shows in Saudi Arabia. Getting well paid for it, though. I mean, like, Amir Khan, a welterweight, he got very well paid to beat up a super featherweight. So he's getting well paid for it, obviously. But in terms of him being around, I mean, Amir Khan can be annoying. Some of the things he can come out with can be silly. But for entertainment in and outside the ring, I mean, this guy is just, in the ring, you don't know whether he'll get chinned or not. Outside the ring, he says just some of the most strangest, bizarre things. And that's just what he says, as opposed to what he does. I mean, like, you know full well, most people know some of the things he's done. But I'm going to read here. He's been having a say on Fight Hub about Kell Brook, Amir Khan and Kell Brook. I'm going to quote him here. He says, "The reason that I signed with Eddie Hearn was to get the Kell Brook fight." Okay. But then he goes up to 154 pounds. People feel like it's me running away, but it's Brook. It's Brook. That move up in weight avoids the fight with me. It shows he doesn't want to fight me. That's trolling right there. That has to be. Because for Amir Khan to come out and say that Kell Brook doesn't want to fight him, that is serious trolling. Because Kell Brook has been obsessing with that Amir Khan fight for years. At this stage now, Amir Khan, Kell Brook, like, I'd watch it, but it's nowhere near the spectacle it would have been 4 or 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago. Because back then, Kell Brook had a world title. Back then, Kell Brook was undefeated. That was before Amir Khan got knocked out by Canelo. Amir Khan was actually looking good because he was beating guys like Devin Alexanderson, Louis Collazo in good fashion. So back then, that fight would have done well. You know, would have probably done a stadium. Seriously, would have done a stadium. I would have fancied Kell Brook to win, but it would have been a good fight. It would have been a very good fight. Now, I mean, both guys are near the end of their careers. There's talk of Kell Brook fighting Terence Crawford. And see what Amir Khan's saying here? He's saying that Kell Brook moved up to 154 pounds. I really don't think that he moved up to 154 pounds because he couldn't make welterweight anymore. I think that they were using the whole weight. I think they were really banking on the whole being weight drained excuse for the Errol Spence loss. Judging by what Kell Brook's been saying about fighting Terence Crawford, judging what he's been saying about, other fights, Kell Brook can still make 147 pounds. And if Amir Khan was offered even 2 years ago at 147 pounds, Kell Brook would have made that weight. He would have made that weight. I think that one of the reasons why Kell Brook has been so inconsistent with his weights, well, I think there's several reasons. Yes, lack of discipline, obviously, that has to be taken into consideration. But I think that Kell Brook, without going into too much detail, I think he's straightened things out. I think Kell Brook over the last few years has been a bit all over the place in terms of, where his head's been at, just from some of the things I've heard. I think now he's kind of more switched on. It seems that way anyway. He's a bit more screwed on, staying in the gym. So I think with Kell Brook, his natural weight really is 147 pounds. That's his normal weight. That's his fight weight. So Kell Brook, give him 147 pounds, give him Amir Khan. Even today, he'd probably still jump at the chance. I mean, Kell Brook would probably sooner fight Amir Khan than Terence Crawford. Not because he's scared of Terence Crawford, but because he just wants that Amir Khan fight. I think even Kell Brook might say now it's not as appealing to him, but I'm sure if he got the Amir Khan fight offered, he'd jump at that fight. I'm sure he would. Amir Khan, likewise, I'm sure he'll have another fight. But I think Amir Khan, he's either going to want those fights like he had against Billy Dib, where he's making great money but no risk, or a big fight against someone like a Manny Pacquiao. And probably only Manny Pacquiao. Don't think he'd fight anyone else other than Manny Pacquiao. Unless potentially he got offered enough money for Brook. But in terms of Manny Pacquiao saying that, Brook ducking him, or Brook was trying to avoid him, I mean, that's funny. Definitely not. Definitely not. I mean, I remember when Amir Khan, they were talking about that fight first, and Amir Khan was saying, you need to win a world title first before I fight you. So Kell Brook went and won a world title. And he said, you need to do something else before I fight you. And he went ahead and done that. Then he was like, you need to leave Eddie Hearn before I fight you. And obviously Kell Brook didn't leave Eddie Hearn. So it's been just, it's been Amir Khan moving the goalposts, and now he's coming out saying it's Kell Brook who don't want the fights. Amir Khan, I know he can be annoying, but for entertainment value, he is fun. He is funny. Just some of the things he comes out with. I don't even think, when he comes out with some of these things, to us, it's like a joke. It's like he's trolling. But I genuinely think he's being serious. When he says things like, Kell Brook's running from me, or this, that, and the other, it's like, what? It's like, what, really? Oh, he's just funny. He is funny. So those are my thoughts on this anyway. Let me know yours down below. A question I have for the guys, for everyone watching this video. Amir Khan, Kell Brook, now do you care about that fight? Do you actually care about that fight? Seriously? Would you even pay for it? Would you even watch it? Would you even go to it if fans are allowed in? Let me know your thoughts down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe. Of course, if you are new to the channel. As always, people, stay safe. I'll talk to you.